Delaying instant gratification will completely transform and change your life. Here's why. Today, everybody's getting distracted by the new shiny object, a new thing, buying the next new thing, staying completely updated with everything, but that's holding us back. We are always upgrading outside of ourselves, but not inside of ourselves. And this is the key thing if you want to be successful, you want to get to where you want to be in your life. And today, I'm going to guide you through having consciousness around what you're doing every single day in terms of not being sucked into consumerism too much, because it's very, very important that you understand what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and if it's actually serving you and helping you and moving you closer to where you want to be, or is this taking you away from, where you actually want to be. And that's the most important thing, is being conscious of what you're doing every single day. So I want to talk about from my own experiences about instant gratification, how it completely transformed and changed my life when I started to let go of life's pleasures, material things, the next new thing that is ready to purchase right now. Certain technology, clothes, even people, like constantly always chasing the next girl or the next boy or whatever you're trying to do right now in terms of your journey where you are watching this video. And today you're going to learn more about what you can do right now that's going to allow you to move towards your dreams, your goals, where you want to be. So that way you will have the choice in the end to actually have anything that you want, right? And that's going to help you be in control, because now it's funny when you actually want that thing so badly, that material thing, certain person that you want to manifest, certain amount of money, certain things that you want. It's funny when you actually get to the other side, it's like you don't even want these things anymore. And that's the beauty about this. So giving up life's pleasures now would pay off in the long run, right? So if you can sacrifice a few years of your life trying to get the next new technology, the next new phone, the next new, you know, Gucci Louis Vuitton item that you probably want, or if you're not into that stuff, great. But constantly keep thinking, I need more new shoes, I need more new, certain things that's, keeping you hooked in and addicted to. Now you might have a passion for something. It could be collecting shoes. It could be, constantly keep having a new wardrobe, constantly, upgrading your car all the time, upgrading your phone. As soon as something new comes out, you're rushing off towards to get it, right? Now, there's a problem with that sometimes, depending where you're on the journey right now. But if you're not at where you want to be, if you're not at your goals, if you're not at your dreams, if you're not, maybe your goal is to run your own business, have your own business, and get to 10, 20, 30 grand months, get to six figures, seven figures, whatever your goal is. If you haven't got to that goal yet and you're going for all of these things and getting sucked in, then there's a lot of energy leaking here that could be put into actually building your dreams and actually getting towards where you want to be. So let's talk about consumerism right now. Now, every weekend, people love to go to the malls. It's like you're walking into a sales funnel. You're going to get hooked in and you can't get out of it, right? So you know this. I've been there myself. I used to spend thousands on jackets, clothes, certain, shoe. I remember Versace shoes. I went to Los Angeles. I spent like 2 grand on shoes and another $1,000 in like shoes and jackets, 4 or 5 grand. I remember I used to spend all this money that I didn't even have. Crazy, right? I didn't have this kind of money, but I was spending it on, things that made me feel good. So that way I needed something outside of me to always feel good and successful, because I wasn't comfortable within myself. And this is like, you got to be more powerful than things outside of you. You have to decide that, what, I am strong, happy, I really feel successful without these things, right? Because those things are just a bonus. And that's the thing, that's the mindset that I had, was I thought that I needed all these things to feel successful, feel good, feel happy, but really it wasn't actually serving me. It wasn't actually getting me to where I wanted to be in my life whilst I was working my 9 to 5 back then. It wasn't allowing me to grow a business, live my dream, have the time freedom. It wasn't allowing me to do these amazing things, because deep down I was sucked into consumerism, meaning that constantly wanting to buy a new shiny object all the time, right? So it's like a habit. Like you've got to have that thing. You've got to buy the new shoes. You've got to buy the new clothes. You've got to have to buy the new technology, right? It's gonna keep happening, and this is where we get sucked in as humans, right? We always get sucked into these marketing messages that's keeping us like trapped. It's keeping us trapped and stopping us from actually our next level. Because look, if we're constantly upgrading these things and not upgrading ourselves, then we're always dying. We're letting things outside of us literally be the upgrade, and literally that's not even upgrading you, because the most important and the most powerful upgrade is your mindset, your identity, your self-image, who you need to be, and your skills. If we can update these areas, self-improvement, then what's going to happen is all of these things that you wanted, it's like you can have anytime you want, and it's not even affecting your pocket anymore, because you now know that who you're becoming is the most valuable thing than any kind of thing that you will purchase. It's who you're becoming and actually investing in yourself. That's the most important thing. So as soon as I realized this, I started to just ditch all these things, and I started to put my energy into better places that's going to actually serve me. And that's the most important thing here, is you have to ask yourself these questions. Do I really need these things? Is it moving me closer, or is it actually taking me away? Right? Because where is that energy going every single day? That's what I want to ask you. Where is your energy going every single day? Is it going on constantly this seeking instant gratification, wanting that thing now, or is actually delaying that, and what can I put now and be the top 1% or top 3% of the world, where I'm actually growing, investing in myself, learning skills, actually, doing something that's gonna make me more money, start that business, investing in myself, hiring mentors, reading those books, spending your time and energy in reading books. I remember, it's crazy, like if you can spend like $20 in a book, right? Or you could spend $20 like messing around. It's crazy how that $20 worth of book can completely transform and change your life, rather than constantly keep leaking and wasting money on things that's not actually going to serve you, right? But I'm not saying these things are bad to have. Having these clothes, cars, home, if that's your goal, that's all good. If it's constantly keep having the next upgrade, that's okay. You have a choice that you can do that. But stay with me here in a minute, because I want to mention to you why and what you can do, if you still want these things, because you can't have these things, nothing wrong with these things. But what I'm saying here is, are you at where you want to be? Because if you're not, then we have to delay the instant gratification and put ourselves first. That's the most important thing here. So I want you to start practicing discipline here, right? Be disciplined. So every time you're out and about, every time you see that thing in the shopping malls, you go to advertisement on your phone to upgrade your phone, to buy this next shiny new, clothes, expensive items of clothing. It could be anything that you know for yourself that you're always getting sucked into. You have to be disciplined and say, you know what, I can afford it, because you want to show the universe that you can afford these things. I can afford it, but maybe sometime later in the future, I'll get that. I'll put that on my desire list. This is where things become so powerful now, right? You can create a desire list. Write down everything that you desire, right? Putting it in your desire list. Let's say it's your top 10 desires. It could be that new piece of clothing. It could be that new piece of technology. It could be maybe a place where you want to travel, right? But like I'm always saying, if you're still stuck, you're not happy, you haven't reached your purpose, your happiness, you haven't, maybe if you're sick and tired of 9 to 5 life, you haven't got out that vibration and frequency yet, then we want to focus on who you need to be, developing your skills, and that's the most important thing. So discipline is key. I want you to practice discipline, meaning that you're now gonna control your thoughts. You're now gonna control yourself, and you now know that these things outside of me have no power over my decision making process. So therefore, I want you to focus on where you want to be, right? That's the most important part. Important part is, where do you want to be? So this is the homework I want to leave you right now. That's gonna completely transform and change your life, because this changed everything for me. Literally, like all the stuff that I used to buy, I don't even like these things anymore. I love to invest my money in mentors, investing in books, coaching, investing into traveling, investing into eating lovely foods, and not really needing all of these things that I always, wanted back in the day. Because once you change who you are being, your identity, it's like going back, it's like you don't really want these things anymore. But now you're in a much more powerful position, because now you can have these things anytime you want without affecting your pockets. That's what I'm trying to say here right now, is develop those skills, put your energy and money into towards growing yourself, into self-improvement, into the higher version of you, starting that business, putting your energy towards that. And then what you can do is, once things are start taking off for you, once things are changing, your life is changing, what's going to happen is, reward yourself. Reward yourself with one of these desire lists that you've created. So if it's that shoe, that piece of technology, reward yourself. If you've read a entire book and you've taken action on that book, Go and reward yourself for something. If you've actually gone and got your first client, let's say your first high, $1,000 client, go and reward yourself, right? If you've stayed disciplined for maybe 1 month, then maybe go and reward yourself. If you've learned a certain skill, if you're not leveling up, you know that you're growing, things are changing in life again, go and reward yourself for that because you always remember that reward. I've rewarded myself for amazing things that are keeping me and it reminds me, okay, look, I bought that because it reminds me that I had my first high paying client. I bought that because I rewarded myself traveling to this place, and I bought that particular thing because I rewarded myself to traveling, and I bought that once I was on my travel. So these things will have a lot more meaning to it now, a lot more meaning to it because rewarding yourself is very important, and that's the most important thing. Is when you delay instant gratifications, you let go of all of these life's pleasures, these things, all of these things. It's all wasted energy on things. All right, it's all wasted energy in these things. Even if you're like looking for a partner, wherever it is, maybe you're single right now, you're just chasing, chasing, chasing every single weekend. Let go of that. Let go of it. Become the better version of you. Learn the skills. Build that body up. Right. Develop your personality because your personality creates your personality. Creates your reality. Right. That's the most important thing. So you have to constantly keep leveling up and growing. Then you'll attract better people in your life. You'll have more money. You'll have more money to buy and have more choices with the stuff that you always wanted. So that way you let go of instant gratification and now you're in control. Like, you know what? I can now have these things anytime I want. So where is your energy? Where is your energy going? Become conscious of that. Create your desire list, and now move towards taking the actions towards actually where you want to be. And read those books, invest in a mentor, learn the skills, start that business, right? Reward yourself of doing these things. Maybe waking up early, doing all of these important tasks that's gonna allow you to level up. You now have to reward yourself. So that way, stacking up now, you're motivated more towards working harder on yourself even more, developing the skills, building that business, and now you can keep rewarding yourself. And funny thing is, as you keep doing that, now you have so much choices on what you want and what you don't want, and that puts you into a much more powerful position. So delay instant gratification, it will change your life, it will change your reality, and you'll thank me later for doing this. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. There's a lot more of this kind of videos coming your way. And I'd love to know your thoughts about, what you think of, delaying instant gratification in your life and what you want to start letting go of now and replacing it with leveling up in your life.